What's going on, guys? JPP2 here. Hope you guys are enjoying your Friday. And for today's matchup, we have a Prank Kids versus a Branded Despia with me as the prankster going first. Now, looking at my current hand, you guys might be thinking, yo, that is an extremely good hand that you started with because you have two Ash Blossoms, one for your turn, one for your opponent's turn. But sadly, or unfortunately in my case, my opponent did have an Ash Blossom in his hand. So once I call by the grave the opponent's Ash Blossom, I will be basically stuck with two deck cards in my hand throughout my opponent's turn as well, because keep in mind, any card you do call by the grave is negated on the opponent's turn as well. So I'm stuck with two deck cards. Now, when I say two deck cards, I do not mean that in the literal sense because we do go through Roxy's and we will be banishing out one Ash Blossom for another draw from our deck. So I'll be stuck with one deck card throughout my opponent's whole turn. But that's okay. Ash Blossom can still come in handy on our turn 3 in case the opponent draws into a random Maxi. We can Ash Blossom out the Maxi, or if they're playing back or Eldritch or something, we can Ash Blossom the Scarlet Sanguine. So I'm going through my whole combo. We activate the Roxy's, we banish out one copy of Ash Blossom. I draw into a copy of Instant Fusion. Drawing into this card means that it's a guaranteed totally awesome combo for you as a Prank Kids player if you are playing the totally awesome in your extra deck. Now you guys might also be wondering, Jay, how can you know you are going to be drawing into that card specifically and you special out a copy of Dropsies? Well, the mechanic is the Roxy's activates first in the graveyard and it forces you to banish a card plus draw a card. That's the first part that goes through. After that part resolves, then and only then can you special out a monster on the field. So you will know if you draw into an Instant Fusion with the Roxy's banish plus draw, that means you are gonna special out a copy of Dropsies on the field. It's a guaranteed totally awesome, as I told you guys before. That's how you know you want to go into Dropsies over Fansies because Fansies offers 2k defense, which is really good against any deck because usually they cannot put or normal out a 2k monster on the field. So with that, we special out a copy of Dropsies, we go Instant Fusion into our Rocket Ride. Rocket Ride tribute itself, pull out the copy of Dropsies in the graveyard along with Diddle-Doo. My preferred card is Diddle-Doo. You guys don't have to go into Diddle-Doo. You guys can put a piece for the Butler combo on the field as well if you guys want to do it that way. But with this combo, you are going to be adding all the pieces for the Butler combo into your hand anyways. Bow Bark Tribute will bring you back your Fansies plus Lamsies, your green and red card. The Totally Awesome, when it goes to the graveyard, will activate to bring you the Dropsies from the graveyard and add it to your hand. So you will basically have all cards you need for the Butler combo into your hand. So that's the reason why I go into my Diddle-Doo over any of the names I require for the Butler combo on the field. But again, it is your preference. You guys can do this combo whichever way you want. Just make sure to put Totally Awesome on the field. So with that, I set down my Pandemonium, I activate my Pranks at the end of my turn, recycle 3 cards, even top deck a copy of Dropsies. Now when I say I top deck a copy of Dropsies, it's basically that if I deem that I do not need to go into my Butler on my opponent's turn, what I can do is I can pitch the copy of Dropsies from my hand to activate Totally Awesome. I do not need to tribute the Totally Awesome because Dropsies is an Aqua monster you can pitch to activate Totally Awesome. That way Totally Awesome still stays on the field on my turn as well once my opponent's turn is done. So I did have that option, but again, Butler is highly desired card you want to go in to disrupt your opponent's turn. So let's see what the opponent does. The opponent, as I told you guys before, he's playing Branded Despia. He normals out a Fallen of Albas from his hand, then instantly goes into Super Poly. Now, don't take this the wrong way, but Super Poly is a busted card, okay? You cannot respond to this card's activation, and Fallen of Albas was another card in the field. They can go into the Draco's Stapelia, which takes away my Totally Awesome Omni. For this, he pitches out Ash Blossom from his hand. So the opponent also realizes the Ash is a dead card right now. Again, Call by the Grave effect is still there. Ash is a dead card, so he pitches Ash for this play. Takes away my Totally Awesome, goes off into Mirror Jade. That means the Totally Awesome's effect in the graveyard activates. We target the Dropsies and add it to our hand. Now, I do not know why, and do not ask me why, this guy decided to activate Mirror Jade right now. This is the worst Mirror Jade activation period he could have chosen to activate the Mirror Jade. Because think about this. The only monster I currently have on the field is Doodle-Doo. With this Mirror Jade activation, all he will banish is the Doodle-Doo. The Dropsies will be added back to my hand. It's not going to go on the field. That is the worst Mirror Jade, because once Mirror Jade's effect goes off, if he does not have a way to remake the Mirror Jade, my Butler will just pop his field, and next turn I will just outright OTK him. So with that, he pitches the Albion in the graveyard. It's going to resolve, non-target banish on the Mirror Jade on resolution, so banishes out my Doodle-Doo. We get a copy of Drops in our hand. Then he activates Theater from his hand and decides, after he has committed his normal summon to the play, to go into Masquerade the Blazing Dragon. Basically, we all know this card as a Tax Dragon. So he decides to go into Tax Dragon. And for that, he even uses up the Tragedy from his hand. Now, this is the height of not knowing how to play your own deck, okay? This Masquerade, by pitching his Mirror Jade, by the way, freshly made Mirror Jade. So if this card would be destroyed by my Butler, my whole field would have been popped, but again, my Baobab pop went through, so my whole field would not be popped. But if this guy was playing against any other deck, let's say he's not playing against Prank Kids, this Mirror Jade getting destructed to some card effects or some battle phase would be would be the thing you want the most, so you can pop your opponent's field as well with the Mirror Jade getting popped itself. But he decides to tribute the Mirror Jade. I'm assuming this guy thought that by tributing the Mirror Jade, it would still activate from the graveyard. So he goes off into his Masquerade. The Tragedy activates from the graveyard. He searches for an Looper. Okay, we're all good with that. The Mirror Jade does not activate at this point. With this, he is trying to go into battle phase. So obviously, before he goes into battle phase, I was going to go into my Pandemonium, put my Butler on the field. Even though I would get burned for what? 2.4k, I think? I would still be okay with that. Next turn, I was going to kill this guy anyways. He had no hand trap in his hand. He misplayed with the Mirror Jade. He could have used the Mirror Jade to banish out my Butler, but no. He chose to use the Mirror Jade to go into the Tax Dragon, which is like such a bad play. Anyways, that's going to be it for today's game, guys. If you guys do enjoy this kind of videos, please consider hitting the like button, subbing to my channel for more daily prank and video uploads. If you guys are interested in a live version of all of this, I do live stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/jpbduel. Link along with my schedule and a link to my Discord will be in the video description itself for you guys to check out. This is JPBduel signing up for today. I'll be seeing you all in the next video. Peace!